We talked about the gun, the guy with the gun.
Oh,
Or how about the
yeah.
deputies? The deputies getting shot
What deputies? Where?
in Florida. 3 assassinations. 2 of them were eaten. You didn't know this?
What?
I heard about this in Chicago, and you didn't hear about this down here?
Cops got eaten?
No, assassinated.
Oh.
How'd you get eaten from
You said
assassinated? They were eating.
Oh. I don't know why my brain went to the next thing you're going to say is eaten alive or eaten by a mob or something.
No. Yeah, and then apparently
Where?
another one.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I did, yeah, my bad. Okay, hold on.
I was about to say, what are you doing?
I don't know, but I had 9 cigars this weekend.
Which ones?
I smoked a couple of these, Man of War Virtues. I smoked a couple of these.
Okay, those look good.
Marcanudo and a couple Monte Cristos. Just chilling.
Yeah.
Hanging out. There was a food truck war
Oh.
by where my dad lives. Great ribs.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds good. That sounds really good. Mm.
Why don't we do this? It's every 2 weeks at my dad's house. Why don't you and I go down there? We'll go to there's a minor league baseball team, the one that Tebow played for last year.
Okay.
And we'll go to a game, and there was 2 trucks that just had fries. Yeah, dude.
Oh.
There was one lobster roll truck that I guess came in the first time that he went. That was a lot better. And then there was a lobster roll truck that came this time. It was a great sandwich, but what my dad was telling me it wasn't as good as the first time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Asian, there's a taco dive, there's like 3 ice cream ones, and it's just a festival. There's just kids running around and food trucks. There's probably about 10, maybe 11 trucks
Okay.
in a little square area. Yeah, we can do that, and we can go see the Port St. Lucie Mets.
Woo! Let's do it.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
It's high level single A,
Okay.
so it's the lowest next to rookie ball, but
Okay.
they're still pretty much professional athletes.
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true.
So what's the infection with George H.W.?
I don't know.
Herbert Walker Bush. Wait, George Herbert Walker is Bush too. Oh. I was like, what are you looking at? I see what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Whoa, sometimes.
Oh, Avicii. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even talk about him when we played his song.
Avicii, probably the modern day, I don't want to say creator because techno's been along for a long time, but like when
The one who made it
Levels came
famous.
Out, yeah, when Levels came out, that was like the first blockbuster. I think it was 2013,
Something like that.
2012. That was like the first like blockbuster song. You want to play it again? You want to play
What part?
just the beginning?
The beginning?
The beginning.
The beginning.
For those of you that joined us late, we're gonna play Avicii real quick. So if you've heard this song. Yeah. Who's he signed to? Universal Music Group, maybe? Avicii. Tim Bergling.
Credit.
Swedish musician. Oh, he's Swedish.
Yeah.
I thought I knew he was Swedish. Let's see. He's produced by... He might have his own. Oh, yeah, he has his own. It's UMG, though. Universal Music Group.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He was 23 years old.
I thought he was 28.
He was 28 years old.
Okay.
He was 28 years mas.
Ooh.
Did they say how he died? Wasn't he sick?
I think it was drugs. I don't know. Don't quote me because I didn't read into it.
Oh, that's what it was. He had a really bad drug problem, and then he was sober for a while, and then it came back, and he just wasn't doing well.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. So how do you feel about Starbucks?
I love Starbucks. I go in there to sit and just have a coffee all the time.
I don't go there anymore.
I do. You don't. What happened? Why don't you go there?
I don't agree with their business decisions.
You're a social justice warrior now? Is that your new...
No, I don't. That was the stupidest decision to
But
close for a lunch service to teach their employees something that is common sense.
Wait, they closed?
They closed
Why?
so they could teach their employees about non-racial bias or something like that.
Well, okay, so what happens when something like this happens is it goes right to the top, and the people that run Starbucks were not the... I'll call it a lone wolf manager that kicked these kids out. Yes, they have the right to kick anybody out that they want. But, to all these people that say, oh, I saw a kid set up a whole desk the other day and sit there, but he bought a drink, didn't he?
Yeah.
You can sit there as long as you want, but they literally put chargers in the tables now. They want you to buy a drink. You can't just go to Starbucks and sit there.
Mm-hmm.
It's so unfortunate that these two happen to be black, but you can't do that. That's not...
It's called loitering. Loitering's illegal, and you can get arrested for that.
And they were lucky they weren't arrested.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's not a race issue. It's only a race issue because the media made it into a race issue. It's an indecency issue. If a white cop goes in there and is told he cannot use the bathroom because he didn't buy anything,
Which
and
happens.
the same thing, that happened, and the same thing happened to two black guys.
It's a race issue.
That's not a race issue. Because
No,
the
we're
same
saying
thing
they
happened.
make
It's an
I'm saying they
indecency
make it
issue.
a race
Yeah, they
issue.
made it a race issue. It's an
You know what? I'm
indecency
going to
issue.
go to Starbucks tomorrow.
I'm
Show my support and buy a drink.
not. It's an indecency issue, and it just so happened to be that the people who were indecent.
But you know
We're
that the
African
way
American.
the world works nowadays. I almost said UCF. Whoa, they are not involved in this at all. Starbucks has to do things like that.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Who cares?
That's the way they have to do it now.
Who cares? And how
Whether
much-
we agree with it or not, I'm not saying I agree with
They
it.
are going to lose. They would lose less money. They're going to lose less of their customers than they would for closing down a whole lunch period just to train for something that is so common sense. It's all borderline BS that they're
Yeah,
doing.
just ask Donald Sterling how much he's going to lose.
Who?
The guy from the Clippers. Remember, he literally told his girlfriend, "You can have sex with them, just do not take pictures with them." And they were like, "That's the most racist shit I've ever heard in my life. You're gonna have to sell your team."
Yeah.
That's the way the world is nowadays.
It's ridiculous.
I don't agree with it. You don't agree with it. Most people don't agree with it. But the social justice warriors believe it, and that's the way they believe that they know everything.
As a business owner, I wouldn't do it. I'd be like,
You're a
screw
business
you.
owner?
If I was one,
Oh.
I wouldn't do it.
I
I'd
think-
be like, up yours. You're making it into a race issue. It's
I
not a
think-
race issue because the word racist
If
is
you-
thrown around so much. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I think if you owned a company that the size of Starbucks is, you would take all measures. I think
No.
you would.
No.
I think you would.
Y-
though.
Okay. I'll never mind. That's just going to sound bad. But no. No, I wouldn't. I really would not. I would come out with something PR-ish like, oh, sorry for your...
Like have black cups.
No, I'd be like, sorry for your experience. This is not a race issue. We've told cops this before. I would come out and say like it is. That's how it has to be done. It has to be done that. Was it like you said, Starbucks is over throughout the whole world. And they're only going to lose a small percentage of their market in America. That's not going to do anything.
Okay, but hold on.
Nice
The
job.
majority of Star Wars.
God. I thought me spilling milk on my computer was
The
bad.
majority of Starbucks stores are where?
All throughout. I saw
No.
a lot in the UK.
The vast majority of stores of Starbucks. The other day, I think I was in South Florida, like a couple months ago. I didn't know where I was. I was going to get something, and I didn't know where I was. I was in Weston, Florida. I pulled out of a Starbucks, and I got turned around. I pulled into another Starbucks. Do you understand what I'm saying? I turned off the road, and in like a minute and a half, I ended up in another Starbucks. I almost got out of the car and gave up. Call me an Uber because I don't know how to drive. Call me an Uber that has a friend that can drive my car back to someone's house because I can't do it.
It's just stupid. It's stupid.
It sucks, but that's
You
the world we've created. Everybody
Then,
has to be nice. Everybody has to apologize for.
I
What
don't
you
apologize.
said hurt my feelings, and I'd
Screw
like you
you.
to apologize. That's the way it used to be.
Used to be.
Whatever, you know.
Oh,
You know where
screw
you can
you
tell
part,
somebody where to
yeah.
go. You can tell somebody where to go. Now you can't do that.
Yeah.
Used to be if you had a problem with somebody, you went out back, you fought, and then it was over.
I still do.
Not anymore. You get arrested, assault and battery. You want to press charges? They want to press charges. You're going to go to jail for a year and a half.
Well, that's why I don't throw the first punch.
Still.
I never throw the first
If a
punch.
little old Asian man punches you, and it feels like getting hit with a pillow, and you and just end his whole day. Like you don't kill him, but you just and just freak out and just You're going to jail, and he threw the first punch.
It depends what kind of force you use.
So the judge says. So
I felt threatened.
Michael, you were a offensive lineman for your high school, correct?
I was 170, the smallest offensive lineman in the state of
Sir,
Illinois.
if you could just stick to the questions, that'd
That
be
is
great.
a question.
You were an offensive lineman, is that correct? Yes or no?
The smallest in the Illinois.
So you're saying yes.
I played the fifth.
And then you already started talking, you can't play the fifth after you started talking. And then you continued to play at the college level, correct?
For not even a game.
Okay. But that's a yes.
Take it as you will.
Okay, now Mr. Miyagi, you are
Miyagi.
4'4".
Miyagi would beat my ass.
Okay, so Mr.
Chen.
Chen Ming Wong, you are... Chen Ming Wong was a
Never
pitcher for the
mind.
Yankees. You are 4'11". Oh, yeah. Yes, I am. Oh, he hurt me so bad. Oh. You see how that works? It's even more so with someone like myself. If I were to punch somebody, the judge would go, "Son, you're 25 years old." Yes, Your Honor. And you're 6'4". Yes, Your Honor. And you are over 300 pounds. Yes, Your Honor. And you decided that it was up to you to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner today.
Well, did you kill him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Killed him?
No. And yet, yes, Your Honor. Held without bail. Sentence will be tomorrow. That's how that works. I wasn't fucking. I just said it for no reason. That's how that works.
Depends. Get a good lawyer.
Now you're talking about money. What were we even talking about?
Oh.
The milk really screwed everything up today.
It did. We're really off today.
It's
Oh, we're
good.
talking about
It's fun.
Starbucks. How do we go from Starbucks
I'm going to Starbucks tomorrow.
to punching?
This is just like when people still boycott Penn State. What? What happened with Penn State is disgusting. A guy named Jerry Sandusky, I'm going to tell everybody the whole story. A guy named Jerry Sandusky was not a coach anymore. He was no longer a coach for Penn State. 2 different instances that had been talked about previously before this came out. He had run a football camp on Penn State campus called the Second Mile Program. In that program, he had touched kids. He had done despicable, disgusting things. You know, he raped kids. He raped a bunch of kids. I think 47 counts, which means 47 different kids, right? Joe Pa,
It's a lot of partners.
someone came, I think his name is McQuarrie, came to Joe Paterno, and said, listen, I saw him doing this. I don't know what. I don't even know what I saw. My mind doesn't want to believe what I saw. And Joe Paterno says, okay. Immediately, as soon as he heard that, called the president from the school and the athletic director from the school. And there was a cover-up in place. So when it came out 10 years later, the school decided that they would blame Joe Paterno and fired him in the middle of the season after 61 seasons. They were a cow pie school before Penn State football, and
Yep.
they screwed him.
Yeah.
They look for a scapegoat. That's all they do is the media gets a hold of them. They make all this crap up, and then media just has to say it one time, and now that's it.
Yeah, for real. That's why I don't trust the media.
And then there are people that still don't watch. I know one of them very closely, and he's probably right, and I'm probably wrong, because that's been my experience with my whole life. But they won't watch Penn State football anymore. Like, it's gone. It's over.